Hello, good morning, dear students. Hope you all are very good. And today, once again, I am live here with another topic sunny morning of your text, PUC second year. Right? It's a very quite interesting story. It's a one act play, romantic comedy, romantic, romantic comedy. You can say a romantic comedy by the two Spanish writers. They were the brothers Saffron and Joaquin Alvarez Quinto. It's all about how the relationship ends and how it will be in the future. See, it's a very interesting story. When we go to the story, we will come across. Right. In the previous classes, we had some poems. Right. We are not yet aware what will be the next after all this pandemic and post and COVID, because we are in a very abstract situation where nothing is clear at. So, coming to the story, A Sunny Morning is a story which starts with in a garden. Here in the story, we will come across two lovers. They were the past departed lovers. In their 20s, 30s, they were very good. They were the lovers and they wanted to get married. Because of certain reasons, they couldn't be united. So they get separated. And once upon a time, after some certain age, around when they were in 70s, they have come to the garden. They were one unaware of one another. They couldn't recognize one another, and they have come to the garden. The lady in the drama was Donna Laura, and the hero is Don Gonzalo. They were the two characters, and the entire story is plotted with the two characters. The conversation between these two in the garden, how it starts, how it builds, and how they respond to one another when they have come to know that they are the two separated lovers who got separated in their youth, and what they wish to do, whether they carry on the relationship or they would like to stand outside the relationship and would like to be just a casual friends. There are two certain questions have been asked. How you feel when you meet your old, your friends after a certain long time, after some time when you meet them, all of a suddenly if you have met somebody, right, with whom you are studied in your LKG, after 6 days LKG first standard, after 16 years when you meet that fellow, how it makes you, you will be very happy. It depends and how bonded you were in those days. So here the story is all about the two characters, that is Donna Laura and Don Gonzalo. Donna means Madam Laura, and Don means Sir Gonzalo. Don means Sir, and Donna means Madam. Right? So the story is all about these two characters, that's Don Gonzalo and Donna Laura. And from the exam point of view, we have around 12 to 13 marks from this chapter. It is in the blueprint, you can find it out. Around 13 marks, we will face the questions from this chapter in the examination. So you have to be very, very particular from this chapter, because one 4 mark, one mark question, one 4 or 6 mark question will be definitely from this chapter, and the grammar portion is also going to be covered from this chapter, especially with the dialogue writing, that is direct and indirect, that is report writing. The report writing is always from this chapter. Maximum time, many a time the questions have been phrased from this chapter only, because there are so many dialogues, because the drama, it is a drama, no, so the dialogues are there. So from that they will phrase a question paper, right? Now let us come to the introduction of the writers. Saffron, he was born, the two brothers, Saffron and Zaquin, Alvarez Quintero, their last name. Safran, he was born in 1871 and died in the year 1938. And Joaquin, he was born in the year 1873 and died in the year 1944. They were the Alvarez Quintero were the Spanish brothers. They were specially known as the Golden Boys of Madrid. Madrid is the capital city of Spain. Theater, Madrid Theater. They were celebrated playwrights of early 20th century. Together, they wrote about 200 plays, which depict the life, manners, and speech of the people of Andalusia in southern Spain. Their popular comedies, many of which have been translated into other languages, contributed to the revival of the Spanish theatre. The Flowers, The Merry Heart, 100 Years Ago, The Galley Slave, and Apple of His Eye are some of their popular plays. So these are very noted popular plays of popular plays by these two brothers. Both were the writers, right? Now coming to the story. Before that, there is suggested reading for you people. Candle Indoors by W.B. Yeats. Poems are there. So you have been asked to read to understand the concept and the theme of the present story. That's a sunny morning. The Silver Maiden, Dave's award-winning student film. It's a film you can see because now you have plenty of time. You are sitting at home, no? So you can go to see once this film. And then there is a question at the very beginning. Very interesting. They have asked two questions to you. How do you how does it feel to meet a friend after a long time? How does it feel? How do you feel when you meet somebody after a long time, right? Why do some friendship come to an end? The very important question that why some friendships have, do come to an end, right? So you just try to find the answer. When we meet, we can discuss this, right? So Donna Lara, as I said, she is the protagonist, the main leading character of the story. And next, Petra. Petra. Petra, she is the maid, her maid. Whose maid? Maid means servant, female servant. So she is the maid of Laura. And Zunato. Zunato, he is his servant. Whose servant? Gonzalo's servant. So the story takes place in a garden. A sunny morning in a retired, I just go to the story. We will come across one by one, right? All the things related to this story. A sunny morning is in a retired corner of a park in Madrid. The story took place in a garden, Madrid, in a retired corner. A retired corner means where somewhere at the corner and right in the park in Madrid. Madrid is the capital city of Spain. We know it very well. So in Madrid, this story took place in a garden. Park means garden. Autumn, the season is almost winter season. Autumn, a bench at right, winter season, right? A bench at the right side, there, old lady, Donna Laura, a handsome white-haired old lady of about 70, refined in appearance, her bright eyes and entire manner giving evidence that despite her age, her mental faculties are unimpaired, entered leaning upon the arms of her maid Petra. In her free hand, she carries a parcel which serves also as a cane. So, the story at the very beginning, they have given the introduction, right before the curtain rises. Here it is there how Laura used to appear. She was addressed as handsome white-haired lady. Why the word adjective handsome is used, though she is a woman? It is because to show her strength, physical stamina. White haired, though she is of 70s, her physical gestures are showing that she is not weak with the age, and her mental faculties are unimpaired. It means her memory is strong. There is connectivity with her thoughts and her speech, and her gestures are very apt and appropriate, very good. Real, in the real sense, she is gentle woman. So though she is 70, she has come to the garden sunny morning for a sun bath in the early morning with her maid Petra. So leaning means just taking the help of her shoulder, she has come to the garden. Petra, her maid. And what she was carrying a parcel. Parcel means umbrella. It was serving as a cane, right? A stick, right? Supporting one. So she has come to the garden in the morning, and her usual bench. Usual bench means it also shows that she is a regular visitor to the garden. Daily she used to come to the garden. So she has come there along with her maid, right? Now, and her eyes are bright and entire manner giving evidence that despite her age, her mental faculties are unimpaired. So she is strong both psychologically and physically. She is a white-haired handsome lady, right? Enters leaning upon the arm of her maid Petra. In her free hand, she carries a parasol, which serves also as a cane. Laura. And the first dialogue that comes to us is from Laura itself. Laura is speaking. What she is speaking, what she is talking, and what she wants to say us is here. Laura. I'm so glad to be here. I feared my seat would be occupied. What a beautiful morning. So she has come and she appreciated morning. She said that, what a beautiful morning, right? And in an exclamation, she said, what a beautiful morning. And she says that, I feared my seat would be occupied by somebody. It means she was feared that she is late and the seat would be occupied. But if the seat is empty, it means they have come to the park with the regular timing. Petra, the sun is hot, but madam, you are saying what a beautiful morning, but sun is hot. Yeah, Petra is very young. She cannot understand how does it makes Laura, and she says, Petra, the sun is hot, Laura. Yes, you are only 20. She sits down on the bench. Oh, I feel a little more tired today than usual. Noticing Petra, who seems impatient, go if you wish to chat with your guard. So she is saying to her maid, she wants to go to meet the guard because her friend is there, right? So she wants to go and meet the guard of that garden. And Laura says, no, now you can go because I sit here on this bench. Now you are free to go anywhere for certain periods, for certain time. You can go and come back soon because she is impatient. Why she is impatient? She wants to go in as early as possible. In Haribari, she wants to go, but looking at the status of Laura, she felt that she is not going to leave her early, so she was showing some impatience to go. Petra. Now for the statement, the nagging statement, the taunt, what she had made Laura. For that, the reply is from Petra. Petra, he is not mine, Sinora. He belongs to the park. Sinora means madam. Madam, he is not mine. He belongs to the God. So when she said, go and meet your God, actually, he is not my God. He is the God of the garden. So you must correct yourself. You mend yourself. He is not mine, Sonora. He belongs to the park, Laura. He will go find him, but remain within calling distance. Go and find him. If he might be here somewhere, go and find him. But don't go very far. Both of you be here only within my calling sound, within the distance, right? Petra, I see him over there waiting for me. Petra immediately said, yes, yes, I see him there. He is waiting for me. I think he is nearby us. Laura, oh, do not remain more than 10 minutes. So she is putting the restrictions of 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes you go and meet him and say hi, hello, and come back soon. Right? Don't go very far because I can't shout from the top of my voice. So please be within calling distance. Laura, do not remain more than 10 minutes. Petra, very well, Sinara walks to her right. So she said, okay, madam. And then she walked towards the right to meet the guard. Oh, Laura, wait a moment. As soon as Petra she thought to leave, then the sound has come from that is calling. That is, wait a moment. Don't be hurry. Wait a moment. Petra, what does the Senora wish? What Madam wish? In Bekaito. What do you want? Lara, give me the breadcrumbs. Give me the breadcrumbs. You forgot to give me the breadcrumbs because the old lady brought the breadcrumbs, pieces of bread. She brought it only to feed the pigeons in the garden. So she said, yeah, please give the breadcrumbs. Without giving breadcrumbs, you are going? Petra, "Cheh, I don't know what is the matter with me." She just cursed herself, said that, "Cheh, I don't know what is the matter with me. Nowadays, I'm forgetting so many things." Sorry. Laura, smiling, I do. Your head is where your heart is with the God. I know. Where is your head? Right the moment your head is where your heart is. You want to go there. So I can understand. She laughed. Laura, Petra, Sinora, here, Sinora. She just gave the bag and small bag with an exit by the right side. She went away. Who? Petra. She is the maid of Laura. Now, Laura, Odesh glanced towards the trees at right. She is calling. She is feeding. She threw some breadcrumbs and calling, Adesh, here they come. They know just when to expect me. She rises, walks toward right, and throws three handful of breadcrumbs. And these are for the sparest, these are for the gluttons, and these for the little ones, which are the most persistent. So she went to the right side. She threw three handful of breadcrumbs, and she said, while throwing, these are for the shy peers, shy. These are for the young one. These are for the persistent. So she is addressing them. Loves. She just smiling, feeling, and she has come back to the place. She returns to her seat and watches with a pleased expressions the pigeons feeding. There, the big one is always first. I know him by his big head. So she said, I know that big head one, that is very big one. That big bird is always the first. Right. Now one, now another, now three, now two, now three. That little fellow is the least timid. So as she was throwing, now one, now two, now three, now that come, this come. So all of the birds are coming, and she was pleasing herself very much with the with the affection that the birds have shown to her, and they were the eagerness to feed the birds. That little fellow is the least timid. Timid means cowardic, darpuk. So the little least timid I believe he would eat from my hand. That one takes his piece and flies up to that branch alone. He is a philosopher. So the legitimate, the covered, that bird comes and takes a piece of bread and goes to the top of the tree, and he sits alone and he is a philosopher. So she herself is saying all these words, right? She is communicating with herself. When you are alone with any of the right domestic animals, you can also experience the same things, right? When you feed no, milk to the kitten or the dog, right? The such type of dialogues, thoughts come to your mind and they linger in your mind, right? She is also feeling the same one. That one takes his piece and flies up to that branch alone. He is a philosopher, but where do they all come from? It seems as if the news had spread. Aha, aha, do not quarrel. There is enough for all. I will bring more tomorrow. So she is saying to the birds, as the birds they were quarreling, they were right fighting for the breadcrumbs. She said to them, "Hey, don't fight, don't fight. There is enough for you people. Right? Tomorrow I will bring more breadcrumbs." Right? Enter Don Gonzalo in between these scenes. Enter Don Gonzalo. Enter Don Gonzalo and Jacqueline. Don Gonzalo and Zunato from the left side. Both Zunato and Gonzalo, they have come from the left side to the park. They are a little late, right? So by then, all benches in the garden were occupied by the visitors in the morning. Don Gonzalo is an old, and his physical appearance has been explained very fantastically here. Don Gonzalo is an old gentleman of 70, gauty and impatient. So he is very impatient, 70 years old man, gentleman, and he is gauty. Gauty here, it means an arthritic patient whose joints are very pain, right? So with the sharp pain of joint, that person is called usually gauty, right? Bone problem. He leans upon Jonato's arm and drags his feet somewhat as he walks. With the dragging feet, he has come to the garden, and he himself was leaning on the shoulder of Zunato, Petra and Zunato. Zunato. Laura was leaning on the shoulder of Petra. Zunato, Gonzalo was leaning on the shoulder of Zunato. Zunato, Gonzalo, idling their time away. They should be saying mask. Idling their time away. Idling, wasting their time away. They should be saying mass. Saying mass. Here, this dialogue was particularly referred to three priests. Three priests, that's the Christian fathers. They were sitting in the garden and they were discussing. And here he says, idling their time. I must say, I must say that they were saying mass. They should be saying a mass. Mass means morning prayer. That prayer that goes in the church, Sunday prayer. So here when it is saying that, it is a clear indication that the day is Sunday because mass is the Zonato. You can sit here, Sonora. There is only a lady, old lady. There is a lady. So Zonato says to his master, "My dear master, you can sit here. There is only a lady. Only one lady is there. So the bench, half of the bench is still vacant. You can sit there. You can get adjusted. There is no other bench that is vacant here. So you better get adjusted with that old lady." Laura turns her head and listens. As soon as Zunato said that you can sit there on that bench, Laura herself said, turned her head and listened to the conversation between these two. Gonzalo, I want Zonato. I want a bench to myself. So Gonzalo says, no, 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 no. You're sitting with the old lady? Che, no. I want a bench of myself. Of myself. Zonato. But there is none. But there is no bench in the garden, my lord. Master Gonzalo. That one over there is mine. But that one there, that is mine. But it is been occupied by three priests. There are three prey sitting there. Rout them out. Ask them to get away. Rout them out. Have they gone? Still they are sitting? They're not yet gone? Zonato. No, indeed, they are talking. No, sir. They are still talking. They are there. The three priests are sitting there on the bench. Gonzalo. Just as if they were good to the seat. No hope of their living. Come this way. Zonato. They walk toward the bird right. Okay, there is no hope of their living. And they are sitting on the bench. Right? Laura. Look out. As he walked away, the birds, right? So as he was going through his way, he disturbed the birds and which were being fed by Laura, and Laura immediately said indignantly, that's with a little angrily, she said, look out. Can you look that the birds are the Gonzalo? Are you speaking to me, Sinora? Are you talking to me? Are you saying to me, Sonora? Madam? Laura. Yes, to you. Gonzalo. What do you wish? What do you wish? What happened, madam? Why you are saying calling me? Lara. You have scared away the birds who were feeding on my crops. So you have disturbed my birds. Can't you see and walk? You have scared away. You have made my birds to fly away. Gonzalo. What do I care about the birds? Why should I care about the birds? Lara, but I do. This is a public park. Gonzalo, there is exchange of words between the two characters. Gonzalo, this is a public park. Laura, then why do you complain that the priests have taken your bench? Then why you say that the bench is taken by the three priests? When you are saying that this park is public and the birds are of no concern, then why do you say that that bench which is being used by three priests is yours? That bench is also public. Very good counter by Laura to this great man. Gonzalo, Sonara, madam, Miss Madam, look, we are not met. We are not met. I cannot imagine why you take the liberty of addressing me. I don't know what wrong with you. I don't know why you are taking the liberty from me. Come, Zonato, both go out right. So both of them went away from that place, and he said to her very strictly that you cannot take the liberty of addressing me, calling me. It is I am on my way to this garden, and I am not worried or why I am not concerned with your birds and all. Right? If at all you love your birds, then you can take them to your home. But this is a public garden, public place. But what do I care about the birds? But I do. This is a public park. Then why do you complain that the birds have taken your bench? Senora, we have not met. I cannot imagine why you take the liberty of addressing me. Come, Zonato, both go out. Right. Lara, what an ill-natured old man. Why must people get so fussy and cross when they reach a certain age? I don't know why these people get jittery after certain age. When they get aged, why these people get fussed with all this? Why they behave like this? I don't know. She herself is age old, but she is saying that to Gonzalo. I am glad he lost that bench too. Serves him right for scaring the birds. So I am very happy that he did not get the bench in this garden. It's a good punishment to him. He is furious. Yes. Find a seat if you can. Poor man. He is wiping the perspiration from his face. Perspiration? Bevaru. So she says that he is wiping the perspiration from his face. Poor man. Here he comes. A carriage would not raise more dust than his feet. entered Don Gonzalo and Zunato by right right and walked toward left. As they went in search of the right bench there in the park, again they have come back again from the left side because they just went had a round in the garden, but there was no bench. So again they have come to the same bench where they had quarreled with the old lady. Gonzalo, have the priest gone? At have the priest gone? At Zanato. So again he asked to Zanato, have the priest gone? Have they gone or not at Zanato? No, indeed, Sonora. They are still there. No, 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 sir. No, stay. Still, they are there. They are sitting there. Gonzalo, the authorities should have placed more benches here for these sunny mornings. Well, I suppose I must resign myself to sit on the bench with the old lady, muttering to himself. So he sits at the extreme end of Laura's bench and looks at her indignantly. He touches his hat as he greets her. Good morning. So, with those words, muttering himself, with the cursing, he sat there on the bench and he took away his hat and said to the old lady, good morning. He said good morning to the old lady and he said that I think there is no bench, and he had made a complaint for the authorities that they should place a bench in these, especially in this sunny morning, seeing that the people will come a lot, right? The visitors will be more, so they should place some benches here, but they did not, and he sat there on the bench. Laura, what you hear again? Laura said, just now you went away in search of a bench, and again you have come here to sit on my bench. Gonzalo, I repeat that we have not met. Gonzalo, I was responding to a salute. Laura says, Gonzalo, I repeat that we have not met. Madam, I think we have not met. When Laura says, I am responding to your good morning. You said just now good morning, no? For that, this is an answer. Right. Good morning, Gonzalo. Good morning should be answered by good morning. And that is all you should have said. Gonzalo says to her that you should have said good morning. I said good morning. I greeted you good morning. You should have said the same thing in written. It's not a well-behaved manner. So you should have little manners while talking to a man with of similar age. That's to be an age-old person. Harlara, you should have asked permission to sit on this bench, which is mine. Yes, I would have given you, right? I would have given you respect. But the thing is that you should have asked before sitting here on this bench. Gonzalo, the benches here are public property. Now he says, no, 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 these benches are the public property. I'm not here sitting here on the bench which is yours. You also sat on the same bench which is of the public property, and I am free to sit wherever there is place. Right, Lara? Why you said that the priest house was yours? When you say very good counter. When you say this is yours, this is public property, and that is yours, then I have all the rights reserved with me to say that this is mine. First of all, you should say sorry to that you have said yours, that is your bench. That is also public property. Then this is also public property. Well, well, very well, very well. I have nothing more to say. And senile old lady. She ought to be at home knitting and counting her beads. So he himself grousing, he says that senile old lady, poor fellow, she has come to the garden. She should have sit at the home knitting and counting the bears, counting, remembering the Lord God. She should have sat at home. She has come to the garden. Okay. Lara, do not grumble anymore. I'm not going to leave just to please you. Don't grumble. Don't say any words. Do you if you say all these words with that I'm going to am I going to leave? No, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to please anyone. Gonzalo brushing the dust from his shoe with his handkerchief. So in the meantime, he took out the handkerchief and started to clean his shoe. And that action itself was very bad. The one who sat there to see, irritating one. If the ground were sprinkled a little, it would be an improvement. If the ground would have been sprinkled with some water, the dust would not have raised. So he was cleaning his shoe. Lara, do you use a handkerchief as a shoe brush? So she asked, do you use your shoe brush as a handkerchief as a shoe brush? Lara, Gonzalo, why not? Do you use the shoe brush as a handkerchief in reverse? Do you use a shoe brush as a handkerchief? Then when you are using handkerchief as shoe brush, then shoe brush should be used and has handkerchief. Do you do that? Gonzalo, what right have to criticize my actions? What right you have to criticize my actions? This is my kerchief and this is my shoe. I may clean, I may wipe, whatever I wish to do, I wish to do. You don't have any rights reserved to criticize my actions. A neighbor's right. Laura says, as a neighbor, I must say, I cannot understand all these jiggery attitudes of you. I cannot adjust with all these. Gonzalo, Zonato, my book. Now, in the meantime, he says to his servant, Zonato, my book. Give me my book. I want to read my book. Zonato, my book. I do not care to listen to nonsense. So he said to the old lady that I don't want to listen to the nonsense and I just want to read. Laura tauntingly said, oh, you are very polite. When you say I am old, impolite, and nonsense, then you are a very polite gentleman. Gonzalo, pardon me, Senora, but never interfere with what does not concern you. So don't interfere in the matter that is not concerned to you. So, dear students, let me stop it here. I will continue the story in the next class. You just go through the text. It is there. It is available on Google. You can find it out, or else you can take from anywhere from your seniors or from the text shop, bookstalls. So, but collect the text first, right? See you. Take care till then.